this series, we're going to do something completely different, something I've never seen before. We're going to follow from the formation of a business, from someone who has never ran a business before, from $0 in sales to a successful, profitable business. And we're going to document the kind of trials and tribulations along the way, and of course the successes along the way, and how a new business owner should solve these problems and how to face, the various things that everyone faces. And hopefully this will be a resource to other people starting businesses to understand that most of these challenges, no matter the business type that you run across, all business owners will face eventually. Things like employees, payroll, how to deal with angry customers, all those kinds of things basically scale across most industries. And the person who's going to do that is my girlfriend, Stacy. So Stacy, if you want to introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about your background and kind of what we're getting ourselves into here.
Hey guys, so super excited to be here. Thanks for having me on, dear. And basically up until this point, I have worked customer service from the time I was 16 years old, working various jobs from retail to banks. So starting a business and running a business is just something totally new to me, and I'm really excited to start this endeavor.
Yeah, so no experience, didn't have like a close family member or anything like that to give her like insight or anything like that. So she's starting fresh, and a big block here, and it's something that stops a lot of people from starting a business. Stacy currently works full-time. So from the get-go, she's going to have to work her full-time job and then work on her business after she's done with her normal 40-hour-a-week job. And obviously she has other obligations as well. So I know that's a huge reservation for many people who are already working a job and just say they don't have the time. Stacy's in the same position here, so hopefully she can show that it's very possible to do. And if you want to just tell us a little bit about like kind of what your schedule is like, and maybe any other kind of like non-work commitments that might get in the way, because everyone has certain things that can get in the way of starting a business and leading that kind of life.
So my schedule is 40 hours a week. I work a typical 9-to-5 job, 7 a.m. to 3:30. So it's not too demanding, but it keeps me busy. And outside of work, I have not too many obligations. I do have a dog, as most people do, so he's like having a 2-year-old sometimes. He keeps me pretty busy. And I also lead a very active lifestyle, so I like to go to the gym 5 to 6 days a week, and I like to be able to go on long runs in the evenings. So I'm pretty much go all the time.
Yeah, so how do you think that starting this business is going to affect your life in the next year, 6 months, 2 years?
Probably quite a lot, more than I'm thinking right now, just because I've never even, I don't know what it takes really to start a business and how much time it's really going to take. So I imagine my life is going to change pretty drastically. I imagine I'll have days where, I can't go to the gym, or I can't spend as much time with friends and family and take my dog on 2-hour-long walks, so.
Right. Yeah, so the point here really is there's never a perfect time to start a business. There's never going to be a chunk of 3 months, 6 months, a year where you're not going to have commitments. So really the best time is now to start basically anything that's going to help you, 5, 10, 20 years down the road. And I really believe in Stacy because she has a great work ethic, and I think she's going to be able to handle this. However, I don't think she realizes completely what she's getting herself into at this point. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of stress down the road, but
probably a few tears.
Yeah. She'll probably learn how to handle it along the way. There's going to be a little bit of a learning curve, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So what skills do you have currently that you think are going to help in starting this business?
Just the fact that I have worked in customer service since I was 16. I have great people skills when it comes to talking to customers. I'm really good at talking to people. I feel very comfortable talking to people and friendly. I think especially with starting a residential commercial cleaning business, people like to see a friendly face coming into their homes or their offices. So
yeah, I think that'll be a big selling point,
yeah.
Especially in 2019, 2020, when so many people are like behind their computers, you know, they want to just like send emails out or maybe make calls, and there's very few people willing to go out and make like a face-to-face connection. So I think that's going to actually be a huge advantage in the long run, just being willing to talk to people and being friendly and likable. So, you know, that goes a long way.
I'm likable?
Usually.
Thanks.
So the things that we're doing first just to get Stacy off the ground, and I'm all about just doing basically the bare minimum to get operations going, get money coming in, and then worrying about everything else. So the first few things that we're doing are deciding on a name, figuring out a logo, purchasing supplies and purchasing marketing materials, and just doing some pricing research. So we determined that's just kind of the bare minimum to get things going, get money coming in the door, and then we can worry about the rest later. So the first thing that we needed to do was to decide on a name. So we came up with a list of about 30 or so names, and the strategy there was to just, you know, brain vomit as many names as possible, good, bad, ugly, and then go in that list, cross out all the poor ones, and then from the list of maybe like 5 or so good ones we checked availability, and we had one that was available that we liked, and that name was?
Made a Mess. And made is M-A-I-D.
Yeah, so it's a little play on words. We liked it, we thought it was cute, it's gonna stand out. So yeah, Made a Mess, ? And yeah, it's the business name, it's also what people are doing. So we thought it would work out, we thought it was kind of cute. And the next thing we had to do was to design a logo, figure out a logo, and basically what we did there was Stacy drew up a little design she had in mind, and then she hired someone off of Fiverr for, it literally cost $7, and he turned, if you want to show your design to the camera.
Now please keep in mind I'm no artist.
And he turned that design into this, so it looks a little bit better. I think he did a good job.
I don't know, mine was pretty great.
And kind of tell us about how Fiverr worked. It was pretty darn easy, right?
Pretty, yeah, very easy. I sent that in to him, and he had my logo back to me in like 2 to 3 days, I want to say. And they didn't really, I mean, I didn't have to communicate too much with them, you know. I kind of put in a little description, sent them the picture, and said this is what I'd like, and yeah,
easy.
Very simple.
Yeah, I use Fiverr for as many things as I can, and you really can't beat the price either.
Right, yeah.
And it's pretty good quality most of the time too.
Yeah.
And so the next thing we did was call around and figure out what the market is charging and how certain companies price their services. So how many places did you call?
I called at least 12, 15 companies.
Okay, so we got a pretty good idea based off of that, and we actually found that it was really confusing a lot of times. In order just to get a quote, you had to give so much information. The pricing didn't really make sense. It was kind of like you didn't even know what you're going to be charged. So we found a potential in right there, a potential way to be better than a lot of the customers in just having a simple pricing strategy. So we decided we're just going to do a flat hourly rate based on however many cleaners are needed, and we're just going to make that as simple as possible. So really after that, just purchasing some supplies on Amazon and at the local store here, and we'll be off and ready to go, ready to market, and hopefully the next update we'll have some success and hopefully some customers coming in. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for a whole lot more.